Every country has a flag. Since basically forever, different kingdoms have used flags or banners as an easy way to represent their people and land. Usually, flags consist of 2 to 4 colors with a symbol that represents something about the country's people, history, or culture. Now obviously there are a lot of countries, so naturally there are lots of flags. Some flags are better than others. But what makes a flag good? Why are some flags absolutely goated while others are just kinda... Well, today I will try and answer the question of what makes a good flag. The first thing to consider when designing a flag is what colors you are going to use. Usually, the best flags have a simple color palette of 2 to 4 colors. These colors also need to complement each other. Complementary colors are often on opposite sides of a color spectrum wheel. One of the most common color palettes is red, white, and blue. One of the first flags to incorporate this was the Dutch flag, which was just a simple tricolor of, well, red, white, and blue. Many other nations saw this and began to use it. The colors were simple and looked nice with each other, and to this day there are a total of 29 countries that use these colors. Obviously, when you are designing flags, you should remember that any color is fair game. Just make sure it looks good with other colors that you are using. Another thing to take note of is that there is such thing as too many colors. The flag of the Central African Republic is a good example of a flag with too many colors. It apparently was an attempt to combine the French colors with the Pan-African colors, which are red, green, and yellow, but it just doesn't work. There are colorful flags that are able to pull it off, such as the Seychelles flag, which is one of my personal favorites, but the unique pattern combined with the order of the colors placed in looks really nice. So, the color palette of a flag should be simple and recognizable. While there are a lot of countries with just colored bands as their flags, a good majority of flags have symbols on them as well. Like the colors, a symbol of the flag should generally be simple. One of the most common symbols on any flag is the 5-pointed star. Because of how universal it is, it could stand for anything. On the United States flag, the star stands for each of the 50 states, whereas on the Vietnam flag, the star represents different social classes. Symbols on flags are often used to represent the country's people, culture, or religion. Take the flag of Canada, my home country. The Canadian flag has its iconic maple leaf in the center, which is meant to symbolize the Canadian people as a whole. Lots of flags like to incorporate their coat of arms into the flag itself, and this can look quite cool if done right. Some examples of this include Mexico, Spain, Moldova, or Andorra, but most of the time the coat of arms is not needed on a flag to get the point across. In the end, a symbol should be simple, cool, and distinct. Most flags are quadrilateral. I know it may seem obvious, but there is something I want to touch upon quickly. Usually rectangular flags are the size and shape to put your symbolism onto, and that is fine. In fact, I would encourage you to almost always use quadrilateral shapes for your flags. And there are some instances where making a flag a unique shape is done to make it stand out more and have personality, and Nepal is a good example of this because it is the only country not to have a quadrilateral flag. Nepal's flag looks like this to represent mountains, since Nepal is located in a bunch of mountains. Also, yeah, Ohio has a weird shape, but it's not a country, and it's literally the only interesting thing about Ohio. In a nutshell, a good solid flag is one that has a simple color palette, unique and recognizable symbolism, and does its country justice. And I have actually designed a flag myself. As you can see, I have applied all these points I touched upon by giving it 3 colors of black, white, and red, and shaping it in a unique way that is supposed to represent mountains. I love flags, and it is fascinating to research the symbolism and history behind them. But hopefully, this video has answered the question of what makes a good flag. Until next time, this is Daniel, signing off.